Hello. It's Roland here. You're welcome back, viewers, to my YouTube channel. Well, today I don't feel like sharing any strategy, but I just want to get some things cleared and to share some insights with you that can actually help you to trade profitably, to succeed in the financial market. Okay? Because I just discovered that many traders are focused on indicators, they are focused on strategies, they are focused on getting one strategy after another, but they forget the basic things that they need to understand about these financial markets. Okay, now for one thing, I'm going to title this video how to trade the market profitably if you have a small account. Okay, so just stick around. By the end of this video, you come to see why that title is appropriate. But first, before I talk about how to trade if you have a small account, then before I take you to my trade that is currently running, I want to first of all clarify something, because when I posted a strategy about boom and crash, how to scalp boom and crash, I equally posted another strategy on how to trade boom and crash using the long-term strategy. I got so many questions, people chatting with me on Telegram, and they just want to know what should be the zoom level. That has been the question. What is the zoom level that I can use? What zoom level are you using? Well, I'm going to talk about that now before I go over to the main thing I had in mind for today's video. Okay, first I want to explain that if you're using indicator, you cannot use indicator when you have actually zoomed out completely. Okay, because I don't know, it depends on your account size basically, but you will not get the whole thing properly set up if you are zooming out completely. So you need to zoom out in a level that it is not so big, that it helps you to have a bigger picture of what the market is doing. And also you should also zoom out to a level that will help you to get the setup complete according to the strategy you're using, according to the rules of using that indicator. Okay, with that said, for all the strategies I'll be giving you, the normal zoom level should be about the second zoom level. Okay, that means if you zoom out completely, you zoom out once, so rather you zoom in. Okay, you zoom in once. Okay, let me do that. Come in. So you zoom in once. Let me go back to the 1 minute time frame. This is the first zoom out. Okay, you zoom out again. So this is the second zoom out. Now if you notice something about my zoom out level, you're going to see that it is not too big. Okay, the candles are not too big. Okay, now the indicators are equally not too big, so it is just normal. I can see the setting very clear. So in this case, according to the strategy I gave earlier for scalping, this is when the whole thing corresponded. If you notice here, the Ishimoku is actually in the over bought region, and the candle has closed below the Ishimoku in my main chart. Okay, now if you don't know these settings, you can refer back to that video. Of course, I'll leave the link of that video in the description, okay, so that you can watch it if you have not watched it. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'll be sharing insights, advice and tips with you that can make you succeed in trading this financial market successfully. Okay, so you just want to zoom out to this level, the second zoom level, please. Okay, the second zoom level, it should not be too big and it should not be too small. It should just be okay, so that you can see the strategy, the setup work out completely. But please, that's why I mentioned that in this video I'm not going to be sharing a strategy. I'm going to be basically giving you advice on how you can trade this market successfully, especially for those who has a small account. Don't just focus on indicators. Don't go about looking for one indicator after another, okay? Don't just focus on indicator. I tell people that whenever you have a strategy, if I'm sharing any strategy with you, I'm giving you an indicator based strategy, okay? If you use that strategy the way it is, you are going to have at least 80% to 85% accuracy, okay? But then if you combine three things, what are those three things I'm talking about? Before I'll mention those three things, now I'll highlight those three things. But if you combine these three things I'm going to highlight to you, you're going to have 95% accuracy. That means it will be very difficult for you to go wrong. That is one, okay? Now the second thing you need to do is you need to think long term. That is, you need to understand that in this market, it is not a market that you can just jump into a trade with a very big lot size and jump out with big profit. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to know what you're doing. You have to have a reason why you are entering the trade, why you're taking a particular trade, okay? Then you have to make sure that your lot size is commensurate to your account size, okay? So you should not just think of jumping into the market and jump out with profit. It doesn't work that way, okay? So if you have this understanding, especially for those who has account size, when I mean for those who have small account size, I'm talking about those who have account size that are below $50, okay? About $50 to $100, that is a small account size, okay? Those are the people that need to be extremely careful, especially when you are trading the financial market, okay? Now, what are those three things that I mentioned or that are necessary for you to combine with your strategy or with any strategy I'll be sharing with you? Whenever you add these three things, we call it confluence in forex trading, okay? Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to mention something that is very important. I'm going to be mentioning about a particular trading software for those who are trading forex or the currency market that you can use, okay? You can add to your trading and you are going to see how it will improve your trading if you watch this video to the end, okay? So these three things, now let me mention the three things now before we move on, okay? Before we move on, the number one thing that you need to have in your mind, okay, that you need to add to any strategy that you're going to be using, first you need to understand the direction of the market. Now how can you know the direction of the market? Simply, you read the market structure and you perform top down analysis. That is number one. You need to know the direction of the market. Make sure that you are trading the market according to its direction. That means, for example, if the market you want to trade is boom 1000, okay? If you want to trade boom 1000, you need to make sure that, because boom 1000 is always falling, you need to make sure that if it's in a downtrend, you want to be selling, okay? Now if it's in an uptrend, you want to be buying, okay? Now I'm not really a fan of scalping, okay? I'm not really a fan of scalping, and basically I don't see scalping as a good thing, for especially for those who has a small account, okay? I believe that scalping is for those who have a big account, because if you're scalping, for example, if you use the scalping strategy that I'm sharing with you, just 2 or 3 candles can just be okay for you to step out of the market for the day or sometimes for the entire week, okay? But if you have a small account, 5 candles will mean very little to you, okay? So that is why today, before the end of this video, I'm going to show you practically what you should be doing if you have a small account, okay? So just stick around with me. But back to the three things I mentioned. The first thing you need to know is the market direction. So whenever you're using a strategy that I'm sharing with you, or anything, when you're trading the financial market, ask yourself, what is this market doing? What is the direction of the market? What is the trend? Is it trending up? Is it trending down? Is it moving sideways? If you get the answer to that question, you add that to your strategy, you're going to see that you'll be having 95% accuracy. The second thing you need to know is that when is the right time to enter? Okay, you need to know when is the right time to enter. Yes, you might know the direction of market, but if you enter the market late, it will not do you any good. Are you with me? If you enter this market late, it will not do you any good. So you need to make sure that you enter the market at the right time. So the second thing you need to add to any strategy I'll be sharing with you is the right time to enter. After determining the direction, the next thing you need to know is the time. The timing matters a lot. So if the timing is not right, even when you know the direction, you have to be patient. Be patient, okay? Wait patiently for the time to be right before you step into the market, okay? So don't just feel the urge to always be in the trade, okay? So wait patiently for the strategy to correspond and to enter the market at the right time. And lastly, make sure you know the candlesticks pattern. In fact, this market, the markets we are trading, especially even the boom and crash, whatever, they respect candlesticks pattern. Okay, whenever you see a market move in any direction, you would see that there is a candlesticks pattern that is there, either a reversal candlestick pattern or a continuation candlestick pattern. So you need to have these three things at the back of your mind. Okay, what are the three things you must add to the strategy? Let me repeat them. Number one, the direction of the market. Number two, you need to know the right time to enter. And lastly, combine candlesticks pattern. If you don't know these things, make sure you contact me on Telegram, and I will be teaching you or guiding you on how you can do that. Okay, so these are the basic things you need to know. So whenever I give you a strategy, don't just focus on the indicators, but make sure that these three things, you have added them to your strategy, to your trading toolbox, so that you can trade the market and beat the broker. Okay, so that is my goal here. Before I started this channel, I am determined to help all who will be subscribing to my channel. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the notification and the subscribe button now, and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. So that's my goal. My goal is to make sure that all who have subscribed to this channel benefit maximally. Okay, because I will be exposing the needed knowledge you need to have to become a successful and a profitable trader. So that is that. For those who have been asking me the zoom level they should use, please make sure you use the second zoom level. That is, your candle should not be too big, the chart should not be too big, and it shouldn't be too small. Okay, don't zoom out completely. Okay, so that is that. Now the second thing, what should you do if you have a small account? First, let me show you this trade that has been running. I took this trade today. Actually, this trade, both trades were in profit, but because I didn't just feel the need to close it, I just wanted to allow them run, and I wanted to also use it to make this video. Like if you see this one, boom, 500 that I was trading. The chart is loading. So if you notice the boom 500, I entered the trade somewhere here. It moved up to this point and gave me $25, and now it is, maybe it's retracing. Okay, but I'm not perturbed, I'm not disturbed at all. Because why? I know it will fall back. Okay, it will fall back. I've done my analysis, I know the direction, I know boom 500 will be falling back, and I'll still be in profit. Okay, now how about the second trade, boom 1000? Boom 1000, when I made my analysis, I saw that although it's in a downtrend, but for a short term it's going to go up. So I entered the trade somewhere here, and I was floating in profit. Okay, and currently it is retracing a little bit, because I had about 70 something dollars, about 80 something, and now it has started retracing. Okay, so I might decide to close it because it is night already. Okay, this is about 6 p.m, so I can decide to close it, whereas I will allow boom 500 to run. Now, if you have a small account, what should you do? I don't recommend scalping for those who have small accounts. Okay, because why? Now take for instance, look at the lot sizes I used to enter this trade. I used 0.80, sometimes I use 0.20, just to show my students that it is possible for those who have a small account to make huge profit. Now imagine that I decided to close this trade when it was 70 something dollars. Imagine, okay, let's say you had a deposit of $50 and you made this good trade, one good trade a week. It's okay to double your account because you use 0.80 and you just allow just one trade to run, and it gives you 70 something dollars. You have more than double your account. Okay, but what if you were scalping? You enter and exit, you enter and exit, you open and close, you open and close, and you don't even know when. You will not wait for everything to correspond, and you'll be caught up by spike, and that will even blow your account, and you end up very sad. Okay, so if you have a small account, when I say small account, if you have an account that is below $500, I do not recommend scalping. Okay, now I've given a free strategy, a long-term strategy that you can use. If you don't know that, you can check my YouTube channel. You see that, and I still have another one. Okay, you can contact me privately for that one. I'm going to of course tell you about the strategy that you can also use. Okay, if you are not good at using the one I've given here on my YouTube channel. Okay, so for small accounts, if you want to be consistently profitable in this market, don't scalp. Okay, think long term. Okay, add these three key elements that I've shown you about how to trade the market profitably, or use any strategy that I've shared with you, and you're going to see that your trading will be successful. You will not lose money. Okay, like this other trade, in fact, before now my profit was recording about $96. Okay, so imagine that you have a deposit of $50 and you're recording $96 a day just because you are trading long term. That is the power of knowing the market. Okay, don't just start looking for strategies, looking for indicators. Know the market, know how to trade the market. Okay, if you stick around with me, I'm going to be showing you, revealing this one after the other. So stick with me. Okay, I will truly guide you. So finally, I mentioned that I was going to introduce something to you. Now, for this is especially for those who are trading forex. Okay, I have a software. It's a very powerful software indeed. Of course, in this video, I cannot cover what that software is, but that software basically is not an indicator. Please, it's not an indicator. It is a software. A software gives you buying and selling signals. Okay, it tells you when to buy, where to put your stop loss, where to put your take profit, and where to put your take profit is basically you that can determine that, but it also shows you where to put your take profit. Okay, so you're going to be making, is basically for day traders, but you'll be making consistent profit from it because the software is so reliable. Now, if you're interested in this software, you can contact me on Telegram. I'm going to be leaving a link to my Telegram handle at the end of this video in the description. Okay, so that is it for this video, guys. I want to thank you so much for your time, and I want to thank all of you that have been making wonderful comments and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I so much love your efforts, and I want to assure you that so long as you continue to put in the effort, you are going to get amazing results out of this market. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here, guys, until we see again. So I'm going to leave all the necessary links in the description below. Thank you.